Welcome back to the program. You're watching France 24. I'm Claire Rush. The headlines. We start with this breaking news. The Pentagon says Iran has fired more than a dozen ballistic missiles at 2 Iraqi military bases housing U.S. troops. Islamic State group is claiming the London Bridge attacker was one of its fighters. Is this a credible claim?
Well, actually,
Chaos at Kabul's airport. Thousands of people have been crowding the terminal and rushing the tarmac, hoping to flee the Afghan capital after its fall to the Taliban. The latest on the ground, we cross live to Bilal Sarwari, an Afghan journalist in Kabul. Bilal, from patrols to checkpoints, what is the Taliban presence like in Kabul today? Now, last year, you became the first Sudanese ambassador appointed to the U.S. in more than 2 decades. How do you hope to maintain international backing in the aftermath of this coup?
Well, I intend, of course, to continue doing what I'm doing now.
Latest on the ground. Let's head to Belgium, where our correspondent Dave Keating is standing by for us. Dave, what's the latest? Have we learned more about the death toll and the number of those missing? U.S. weather forecasters are calling it catastrophic. Hurricane Dorian has just been upgraded to a Category 5 hurricane, the strongest storm classification. Now, while public transport workers have largely been spearheading the movement, on Tuesday, another sector took center stage: ballet dancers at the Paris Opera. They got creative in their strike action, as Jean-Emile Jamin tells us in this story, which will keep you on your toes. The casket carrying Diego Maradona has arrived at a cemetery on the outskirts of Buenos Aires. As you can see in these live images here, the legendary football player set to be laid to rest there in his native Argentina. There's been an outpouring of public grief today in Argentina, and it seems to be a pretty charged atmosphere there, even erupting in clashes at times. Describe it for us. And now it's time for today's business news with Cole Stangler, who joins me here in the studio. Cole, market sell-off continuing in Europe and on Wall Street.
That's right, Claire. Another very rough day on the markets to close out the week.
And it's finally in, the draw for Euro 2020. The results coming out of the draw ceremony being held in the Romanian capital, Bucharest. Our sports editor, Simon Harding, joins us here in the studio with the latest. Simon, take us through the draw.
It was a very interesting draw.
Hello, you're watching France 24. I'm Claire Rush, and thanks for tuning in to this special coverage of Super Tuesday, the biggest election day of the U.S. Democratic primaries. Millions of people coast to coast across 14 states are heading to the polls, casting their ballots for the candidate they believe has the best chance of taking on President Trump in November's general election. We're going to analyze all of this for us, as we've seen throughout the night, what we've been able to deduce so far. Biden making a comeback.
Yeah, this is really the astonishing news of the night. I mean,
now, for candidates who perform poorly on Super Tuesday, is it possible to recover from those losses, or is it truly a make or break election day?
Well, right now it's...
All right. Thank you, Eric Pop, our correspondent, reporting live from Los Angeles. We're now going to cross to another correspondent of ours in another key Super Tuesday state, and that is Texas. Alyssa Caverly standing by for us in the capital, Austin. Now, Alyssa, preliminary results are still trickling in. It's too early to call anything, but what's it looking like in Texas right now at this moment? You're watching France 24's special coverage of Super Tuesday. We're going to continue that coverage in just a moment, so don't go away. We'll be coming right back after this break.